Today, we're exploring Wekiva Springs State Park, which is just a short drive from Orlando. This beautiful spot has been a favorite escape for locals for generations, and it's been the perfect place to cool off, paddle, and explore Florida's natural landscapes. We're going to take you through the swimming area, some of the best paddling routes, and a few of the trails so that you can see why it's worth adding to your Florida bucket list. Even though you may see Wekiva spelled with either a V or a W, everyone pronounces it as Wekiva, regardless of the spelling. The name comes from a Creek word meaning spring or bubbling water, and it's a fitting name for a place where crystal clear water flows straight from the earth into Wekiva River. The star of the park is the main spring. This is a second magnitude spring with a swimming area over a half-acre in size. The water here is a stunning bluish green with an average depth of about 4 feet. Around the edge, it's shallow enough for wading, and around the spring head, the center of it deepens to a small cavern about 15 to 20 feet down. There, the water surges up from a 35-foot-long limestone fissure. This is the source of that mesmerizing boil that you see at the surface, part of the 42 million gallons of fresh water that flows here into the Wekiva River every single day. The temperature stays a refreshing 72 degrees year-round, making it crisp in the summer and surprisingly comfortable in the cooler months. There's a grassy slope surrounding the spring, which is perfect for laying out a towel, enjoying a picnic, or relaxing between swims. It is important to note that there are no lifeguards on duty, but flotation devices like tubes and noodles are allowed in the swimming area. Scuba diving isn't permitted, but snorkel gear is welcome if you want to explore the cavern and events beneath the surface. The spring events are a popular spot for people to hang out, and as you float over the vents, you can actually feel the steady push of the water rising from deep underground. It's a surprisingly strong current. And the limestone walls are pitted and shaped by centuries of flowing water and sunlight streaming through the surface, making the rock formations glow in shapes of gold and green. If you're new to snorkeling, I highly recommend bringing a pool noodle to help you keep comfortably afloat while you take your time exploring. Beyond the swimming area, Wekiva Springs is an incredible place to explore with something for every kind of adventurer. If you head down to the canoe launch, you can rent a kayak, canoe, or a paddleboard and set out on the Spring Run, which flows directly into the Wekiva River, a federally designated wild and scenic river. From there, you have two options. You can paddle down the Wekiva River itself or head into Rock Springs Run. You can explore as far as you would like in either direction. Just remember that you'll need to paddle back against the current, so you'll want to make sure that you preserve your energy accordingly. Along the way, keep your eyes peeled for herons, egrets, and turtles that bask on fallen logs. There's also tons of fish and otters that sometimes play in the current, and yes, you might even spot an alligator or two. And like other spring runs, the water here is crystal clear and makes it easy to see all kinds of life beneath the surface. About a mile downstream, you'll reach Wekiva Island, another popular recreation spot with its own rentals, food, and riverside seating. On our trip, we used Wekiva Island as our turnaround point before paddling back up to the springs. On land, the park has more than 13 miles of hiking, biking, and equestrian trails. You can even rent mountain bikes from the adventure shop inside the park, giving you a really fun way to explore the sandhill ridges, pine flatwoods, and shaded hammocks on 2 wheels. One of the most popular hikes is the Wet to Dry Trail. As you walk, the scenery changes before your eyes, with it starting in the wet forest of the river swamp, with towering cypress and ferns, and then slowly rising into dry uplands where you can find sandy scrub and pinewood flatwoods. This subtle change in elevation creates a dramatic shift in plant life, making it a great way to experience Florida's diverse ecosystems on a single hike. Keep an eye out while you're on the trails because this is also black bear country and sightings aren't uncommon. If you're looking for something even longer, the park trails connect to even more miles in Rock Springs Run State Reserve. This is where you can spot even more wildlife and enjoy a quieter, more remote side of Wekiva Basin. Wekiva Springs is set up for a full day of outdoors with plenty of shaded picnic tables, covered pavilions, a playground, and restrooms close to the swimming area. The grassy slope by the spring is perfect for spreading out a blanket or towel between swims. The park also has a Springs gift shop where you can pick up souvenirs, buy snorkel gear or tubes, grab snacks and drinks, and rent kayaks, canoes, paddleboards, and bikes. Around the back, you'll find the watering hole concession stand serving a variety of sandwiches and handheld foods, perfect for refueling before your next adventure. One important thing to know is that the park now uses a reservation system. This means that you can book your visit on a line ahead of time and guarantee your entry. I'm a huge fan of this reservation system because it used to be a real big pain to try to get in. You would have to arrive super early in the morning, hours before the park opened, and otherwise you were at risk of being turned away when the park hits its capacity, which often happens mid-morning on the weekends and holidays. Reservations can be made up to 60 days in advance, and same-day reservations can be made until the reservation limit has been met. If you do leave and would like to re-enter the park during your reservation, you must ask for a re-entry ticket from the ranger station before exiting the park. Without this re-entry ticket, re-entry is not allowed. Entry is $6 per vehicle and parking is included. If you do plan to swim, make sure to bring snorkel gear along with eco-friendly sunscreen and a bug spray to help keep the water clean. And as with all Florida state parks, alcohol and pets aren't permitted in the swimming area. If you found any of this information helpful, I would love it if you would hit that like button and subscribe if you would love to discover more incredible things to do in Florida and beyond. We create a new video every week, and the best way to be able to see them is by subscribing. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to our channel members. You guys help keep this channel going, and we couldn't be more thankful. If you would like to help support what we do here and get exclusive emotes, early access to our videos, and more, click the link in the video description for more details. If you would like to find even more beautiful springs to explore in Florida, then you're in luck because I've got an entire playlist for you that just popped up on the screen. In this playlist, I'm going to go through a number of incredible springs you won't want to miss. Until next time.